back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I do my own dip powder nails at home using AVVA Nails. This is a picture here of the last set that I had. And this picture is after 3 weeks of wear, so it definitely needed a change, but 3 weeks pretty good, I think. This bit here with my thumb, I actually broke the day before I filmed this video, so that's pretty good. I'm going to start off taking this skinny little stainless steel head first, and to put it into the E-file, just slip it into the hole at the top there, and the little silver knob on the side, you press and hold that down while you turn it clockwise to tighten it. Then you can adjust the speed of this as well, and I'm going to start off by just buffing off that top layer, so that shiny coat of what we did in the last time. I'm just going to buff that. This is what it should look like after you've buffed it all off. Now I have a bowl of warm water. It can be as warm as you can handle it, and a Ziplock bag. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there, and I'm also mixing a little bit of 100% acetone in there as well. The olive oil is going to help keep the nails and your hands and everything moisturized. So I'm just going to put the bag in there. It's open at the top, and I'm just going to soak my fingers in this for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I wiggle my fingers around, rubbing each nail as I'm doing it to loosen up the powders and get it off a lot quicker and easier. After about 10 minutes, I'm going to just buff everything away. You can see the color is pretty much off. And you can go ahead and soak your nails back in for another 5 minutes if you need, and then repeat the buffing process until it's all completely clean. So now I'm just wiping my hands with a wet wipe, and I'm going to cut my real nails. So this is actually my son's baby nail clippers because my one's broke, but this works fine. I'm just cutting them quite short because I am going to be using fake tip. Now I'm just undoing that head, so press and hold and turn in an anti-clockwise direction to get that out. And I'm going to use this buffer head now. And I'm just buffing my nails completely with this. Now I'm going to take my cuticle pusher and just do, as it says, it's a cuticle pusher. And now I'm taking this very pointy head and going to insert that in the E-file and go all around my cuticles. This is really going to buff out everything that we've just pushed back. And so now we have a nice clean base to start with. So these are the fake nail tips that I've got. I got it from a lady on Facebook, so I will try and link it down below. And I'm using a nail glue as well. It's very inexpensive. Everything that I'm using I will link down below. So it comes in little Ziplock bags from sizes 1 to 9. I do want to get like a little craft box to separate them all in, but this is just what I'm working with at the moment. So I'm just going to take a number that I think would work, see how you can see how it's all on the sides matching up. So you just want to play around with these until you find the size that works for each finger. And once I find it, I sort of lay it out on the table like hands, so I know which one is for each finger, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to take the nail glue, and it is a brush on, so you just want to brush it on the very tip of the nail, holding the nail upside down, and to place it on, just start from the top and bend it downwards and then hold it for a few seconds. This will dry in like 3 seconds, and it's super strong and it worked really, really well. So that's what it looks like, and it's very strong, as you can see. And I'd recommend working one hand at a time. So put all your nails on first on one hand, cut them, shape them and everything, and then move on to the next hand. It's a lot easier this way when you're doing it by yourself. So this is what it looks like all done on one hand. So I'm going to take my nail scissors now, and I start more towards like getting it longer than the desired length I actually want, because keep in mind, as you're buffing and everything, the length is going to get shorter. So keep these longer than what you want your final result to be. So now to get that ballerina shape, I'm just going to cut the corners at an angle, as you can see. You're just going to do the very tips of it, not all the way, and then I'm going to take my nail file, and I'm just going to start from the top, so just buff back and forth, and then from the corners you're going to go on the corners, but going in an inwards direction on each angle. It's probably easier to see me do it rather than have me explain it. Now I'm just using that rough buffer head again and buffing over everything, because I want the fake nails and my real ones to sort of blend in together, and also it takes away that shine from the nail as well, because you want that to be dry. Now I'm using a buffing block, so I'm going to use the hard side on my actual nail bed and the smooth side to smooth out all the tips so nothing is sharp. So that is what they look like at the moment. So these are the nail powders. They are numbered. I wish that they had like the actual names on it, but I just write the names on it. So there's a clear and a white. This is the French dipping container. If you're going to do French tips, this is a must. And this is a 3-step system. So you have a base, an activator, and a top. I'm going to start with the base and the clear. So I'm going to do 2 coats of the clear on each hand. So you just want to rub the base evenly over your nail, but not putting it on your skin. So avoid the skin, but make sure you get it all the way down to the tip of the nail and all the edges as well. And then I sort of pick the container up and dip my finger in at a 45-degree angle and just tap the excess off, and repeat this on all fingers on one side. So again, I recommend working one hand at a time. So I do 1 coat of the clear on my left hand, then I do another coat of the clear on my right hand. I'm just using a brush to buff off any excess powder before doing my second coat of clear on each hand. Now I'm getting the white powder and putting that into the dipping container evenly across the whole thing and just shake it to make it all level. So keep your clear pot handy as well, because after you do the tip you're going to dip straight into the clear. So first start with your base and apply it over the entire nail, making sure to get the tips as well. And now I'm just going to very slowly dip my finger in just to where I want that smile line to be. You can pull it back and have a look and see if you're happy with that. Then tap the excess off and straight into the clear powder. And you're going to do 2 coats of the white tips as well. So when you put your finger in and you see sort of where you want it to be, and when you take it back like you can see me doing, I want it a bit more, so you can slide your finger in just a little bit more, then back in the clear. I'm also doing one hand at a time with this step too. So just buffing any excess powder off before you do your second layer. So I've already done my second layer, so I'm moving on to step 2, which is the activator. Now you want to be very liberal with this stuff and just put it over the entire nail and doing the edges as well. This will help any cracking or lifting issues, and you're going to do 2 coats of this on each hand. So put it on, let it dry for a couple of minutes, and then do your second coat. Now I'm using the first stainless steel head that we used and buffing over the entire nail. This is going to help smooth everything and keep it all level. Now I've switched the head to the cuticle one, and I'm just going to go on my cuticles with this. This will help any lifting issues. I'm going to reshape them because it does sort of tend to lose its shape during this whole process that we've done. So just reshape them for a final step and then use the buffing block again as you did the first time you used it. Now for the final step, which is top coat. So you're going to do 2 coats of this as well on each hand. So do one hand first, then the other hand, wait a couple of minutes, and then one hand again and the other hand. The best part about this is you don't need a UV lamp or anything. It dries on its own within 5 to 7 minutes. And this is the end result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you found it easy. This is not a sponsored video. I am just a huge fan of AVVA Nails and would highly recommend it, and it's really fun as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.